Stay on the tracks, enjoy the ride, and reach your destination. Elizabeth Martin.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. I am confident that everyone in this room is here because they came to a conclusion at some point that they wanted to master this thing that seems to be more feared by people than death. Can you guess what that is?
Public speaking.
Public speaking. I am here as a living testimony that it can be done. The reasons are varied among us. Some of us, it was just that we wanted to perfect our speaking. We wanted to be able to just seem comfortable. And for others, it was trying to conquer those butterflies in our stomach that we had every time we went somewhere and we were in a group and they just asked us to please go around the room and introduce yourself. And we realized, I can't do that without butterflies in my stomach. There comes a point where you have to decide that you are not going to say anymore, oh no, public speaking, that's not for me. I can't do it. Because everyone can do it. But it's just like anything else. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes perfect. I'm a living testimony that practice works. Because I could not have done this, to stand in front of people years ago, several years ago, and Ron can testify to that a little bit. He knew how shy I was. Anyway, I am very excited because I did some research this week and I got into Toastmasters International. And there was one of the sections there had information regarding research that they've done on Toastmasters. The world, it's called the World Headquarters, and they conducted research and they did it with the Toastmaster members that have decided not to renew. Why would somebody not renew? This is very interesting. The chart that I found on there shows many reasons why people don't renew. And here is a picture. I don't know, you probably can't see it, but let me just mention to you some of the reasons, and some of them are very legitimate, and I'm sure that many of us in here might eventually have to leave a Toastmasters club for one of these legitimate reasons, and that is time constraints. Sometimes you just can't put it into your schedule. Personal, health reason, work or family. Also, new interests in the community. You moved or you transferred, you went to another city. The meeting time or the location just doesn't fit your schedule. But there's an answer for that one because there's all kinds of clubs that meet at different times. But the one that I was most interested in was this one down here, not achieving goals. And it is clear that from this chart here, that the people that didn't plan to renew were the people that said on here that they were not achieving their goals. The people that said they might renew in the future were people who were achieving their goals. So with that in mind, goal setting, like our theme today, is critical, is very important. Somebody has said if you don't know where you're going, if you don't have a destination, you'll never get there. You gotta know where you're going. And because we're such a new club and we have so many new members, and I'm just so excited to see all these new members, I thought I would review the material that we have that will help us reach our goals. So for everyone that becomes a member of Toastmasters, you will receive 2 books when you get them in the mail. One of them is your Competent Communicator, which has all your speeches. The other one is this one, which is very important. And the reason I wanted to bring it up, because I've noticed that a lot of us are not using this. But there are 2 tracks in Toastmasters, not only the public speaking, but also your leadership skills. This one helps you do that. Now, a lot of us have probably not even, I didn't look at mine for a while after I got it, but once I looked into it, I realized it's not that difficult to do. At the back of the book, there is a project completion record. And here it tells you, because inside this book, just like in our manual, there are speeches that we have to give, right? 1, 2, all the way through 10. This one has projects and all the way to 10. And within this, here, it tells you in which project you can be evaluated. So this book is full of opportunity for you to have evaluations. Every time you have a role, every time you're a timer, whenever you're a grammarian, it doesn't matter what the role is. You find in there under the projects, and they're all titled listening, critical thinking, giving feedback, time management, and so on and so forth. So I encourage you very much to pull out your competent leader manual, bring it to the meetings, ask somebody. It's very simple. The evaluations are just maybe 1 line or 2, and then they evaluate you with numbers here. So if you want to do the leadership manual, this is the first step. So set a goal to do that. We want everybody in this club to finish what you begin. And I think that it is so exciting because everyone has, if you have a goal and you stop midway, something happens. That probably will impact other things that you start and you won't finish. I have a friend and she says, I never finish what I begin. And I thought, that's not really comforting, because if you don't finish what you begin, why begin something? If you're going to begin it, finish it, right? Because there's a good feeling about, I finished it, I'm done, I wipe my hands. Actually though, I want to tell you something. Toastmasters is not something you finish. Toastmasters can be a lifelong commitment, because there are so many things other than, I was looking through that information on that website, and it said, on our ride here, on our race, and we also are achieving other goals all the time. And some of them we don't even realize we are gaining skills in this. And the ones that they mentioned were conducting meetings. As a president, if you take on a role, you have to learn to conduct meetings. Parliamentary procedure, we have a wonderful example of that. Shirley, she and John, I know there's a few in here that know parliamentary procedure. It's something that's kind of being lost, but parliamentary procedure is a way to handle and to conduct a good meeting. Active listening, something that the world really needs. We need to hear what other people are saying. That is such a big part of communication. Effective evaluations. Every time you come up here and you do an evaluation, you're learning how to give an evaluation, right? Creative thinking. In our club, we really need creative thinking. And it's great to see it. We have such creative minds in this club. I'm so excited. Developing and presenting training programs. We haven't done a lot of that, but we're hoping more to maybe have some speechcraft and some other kind of things that help the club grow and also help us to learn how to train others. And effective management skills. I think all of these, we don't realize that we're learning all of this in the club, but we really are. I wanted to show you a few of the books because I think this is really key. When I say you're not done, I mean you're not done after you do the 10 speeches. Because I brought to show you some of the advanced manuals. These are the advanced manuals, and there's not just a few. There's quite a handful. And you can move on. Once you get the basic skills from the 10, you can move on, and I don't see any lights.
It's done.
It's done?
9.5 minutes.
Oh my.
She's
Okay.
circling again. It went from red to back to
See why I'm in Toastmasters? Timing is the limit. Timing is my problem. Anyway, these are all the books that are available to you. If you'd like to see them after, I'll show them to you. They're great for many, many different kinds of presentations. Let me leave you with this thought. I thought about it this morning. When a couple of years ago, I was watching the Special Olympics, which I typically don't do, but I was watching them, and I saw during the race, there was a whole group of these children that have disabilities, and one girl fell, and she was down for a second, and then all of a sudden you saw all the ones that were ahead of her and behind her come and help her make it to the line. And I thought, that's what Toastmasters is all about. We're not just here for ourselves. And that's been my experience. When I look back, I think we all have a little bit of a whatever it is that we feel like we can't make it, but everybody here is here to help one another, and that's what has encouraged me so much to be in Toastmasters. Thank you very much.